part of episode 15 of Geeks Like Us. Right now we're going to talk about a comic from IDW. It's a re-release that they're releasing. It's called the Dreamland Chronicles. This is number 1.
Skip over that much?
Yeah, I know. It's a re-release that they're releasing. But Dreamland Chronicles. What'd you guys think?
Pretty good. A little deceiving, but we'll get to that in a minute.
I preferred the original release. I don't much care for the re-release.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
We're going to talk about it now, I guess.
A couple of years ago, Dreamland Chronicles, it's out currently. There's 2 trade paperbacks. And a couple of years ago, it was released as the start of an ongoing series, but the first issue was a double-sized issue. And I think that's how this one should have been released.
Yeah.
This issue, you only get the viewpoint from him as like a 12-year-old child. You don't realize that the main character that's talking...
You get the psychedelic dream side of things.
The main character is really like a 20-year-old guy in college that will then go on to have more adventures in Dreamland.
Yeah, it's one of those things where...
And in college, because we know what happens in college.
Well, you had us read this, and this one and not the old one. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of cute, little kid story, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, actually... The computer-generated art, liked. I could see a kid definitely loving this comic if they like Shrek and all that kind of stuff. Very fits in the same thing.
It doesn't look like Shrek. It looks like some of those cheap computer-generated Saturday morning cartoons.
It looks better. It looks way better than that. Way better.
I'm saying it's not on par with Shrek. That's all I'm saying.
I think it is.
Yes, it is.
I think it's better
everything's too perfect and smooth, and
it's excellent computer-animated art. There's no
I'm not
pixels.
saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it has the very fake, instead of, like on Shrek, they'll have hair. These guys just have big clumps of brown.
Well, it's just the style.
That's what I'm saying. The style is not the Shrek. I don't want you to give them the wrong idea.
Okay, whatever.
The computer-generated art looks good. I am not a fan of the computer-generated art in the comic.
Well, anyway, you had us read this IDW version of it. And we get to the end, and you're like, what'd you think? And I'm like, actually, it's pretty good. It's a kid's story, but I actually enjoyed it. Not too bad.
And that line there infuriated me. I'm like, a kid's comic? This is for all ages.
And so
it's the same thing.
Well, and so you're like, now read this. Now read this. I'm like, this is the same thing. He's like, yeah, same. Start from here. Okay. He's an adult? When did that happen?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think they screwed up when they released this. They should have put out a big, giant-size issue 1.
I still,
more of the story.
After reading the second half of the original release, I still say that it's, I don't want to say... I guess a kid's comic now. I guess it would be more accurately tired an all ages comic.
It's definitely an all ages comic now. That I read that second part.
It's still, it's
still a fantasy world, much like a never-ending story, or
true.
Where the fantasy world exists.
But the way they released this one, it seems more geared towards a little kid. I mean, an adult could like it too because I enjoyed it. But it definitely seems like it's more
issue.
And that second issue is just going to be a complete and drastic
deceptive.
change.
You're like, I love this, and then second issue, what is going on? Why? What? And then the last couple of pages. Oh, we're back in trippy psychedelic land. Why are they
there's going to be some
him?
8-year-old that picks up issue 2 and going, what?
I can't relate to him because he's old now.
Mommy, I don't like it now. He's on drugs.
IDW dropped the ball.
But get issue 2 out quick because people need to know. I mean, really.
You're going to deceive a lot of people if you hold it off way too long. I mean, really. And if they bought the rights to the old stuff, then it's all done.
Right.
They should just pump it out.
And if you want to see, like, Dreamland Chronicles 1 is out now. If you want to continue to see what goes on after that, check out the website, dreamlandchronicles.com. The guy that does this puts up a new page every day, and a page of that artwork is incredible, I think.
I will give him that, too. If he's putting out this one new page every single day, more power to him. He's doing a great job. It's just, for a comic, it's not my favorite artwork.
And I think that might have to do with you can actually draw. Like, I could draw stick figures, and that's why I love this, because I could never do anything.
No, I couldn't do this like this. I couldn't do this either. But anyway,
I can draw flies in the wintertime.
Overall, even reading the old stuff, not this, both parts of it were really good. And I think, like I said, IDW, I think, dropped the ball by not having them released in one comic. Or, like I said, now if they, like, next week release the second one, and it explains the second half, hey, fine, cool, whatever. But
I think at this point it doesn't really matter how fast they release the next one. If you've picked this one up, if you pick this up and you like this, it's going to be a hard transition because it's going to be oh yeah, I'm like happy that I can read this to just my little kid. I mean, not that you can't read the other one, but you're like, this is nice. Da, 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 da,
well, I mean, the story
issue
continues, but
what
everybody is older.
It's a drastic difference, one page to the other. So I mean, I don't know.
You go from a 12-year-old's fantasy world to a
20-year-old fantasy world.
College dorm.
He's in college.
Yeah,
we all know what happened in college.
Anyway, but not too bad though.
No,
good stuff. Pick it up.
We're all good. Check out DreamlandChronicles.com.
Speaking.com.
Yes, you can visit us online. You can see our videos where?
YouTube.
Do we have a MySpace page?
Yes, we do.
Where's that at?
www.myspace.com/pair_dice hobbies.
I don't believe in the MySpace.
It exists. You can believe in it.
And ParadiseHobbies.com. So there you go.
ParadiseHobbies.com. That's right.
Or shop in the store.
As always, we'd love to hear what you have to say. We want your comments. Your suggestions,
questions.
Anything you want to tell us, leave it as a comment.
Tell us how much you do or do not like us. And if you go through old videos, we do respond to your comments. Mike's had entire dialogues with people in other countries about their comments.
I might read them.
If you challenge us to something, if you throw down the gauntlet, we will respond. Stephen Colbert may not.
We do.
We don't know yet if he will or not.
Because you just posted him. But
yeah,
still.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's all we have time for this week. We will see you again in a week. Until then, see ya.